Hello, I'm your host, Hugo Alejandro Pedrosa. Last time you learned how to explain an absence or being late to work. Today you will learn how to resolve misunderstandings. Sometimes we may think we understand someone and we really don't, and that can be a problem. Let's begin at the television studio with Sonia and her new boss, Mr. Ito. They have a misunderstanding. What is it? Watch and listen.
You're doing a very good job so far, Sonia.
Thank you, Mr. Ito.
I want you to put a label on each videotape box. Write the name and number of the video on the label. You'll find the correct information on this master list. Then take the tapes to the production assistant next door. Do you follow me?
First, I should put a label on each of these and write the name and number of the episode on the label. I find that information on the master list. Then I take it next door, right?
Right. The most important thing to do is to label the videotape with the correct information. We have hundreds of tapes here, and without a name or number, we don't know what the tape is.
I understand.
Also, it can get really crazy here, because sometimes we need things done right away. So if I tell you to do something right away, stop whatever you're doing and do the new task first. There's not always time to be polite, so don't take it personally. This is just the way the business is.
All right. So what do I do first?
First, finish labeling these tapes first. I'll bring in another stack for you to label in a little while. We have only an hour to get it all done.
Don't worry. I'll do it.
Here are some more tapes that need to be marked. Can you finish them in time? The show starts in 15 minutes.
I think so. I'll get to the new tapes after I finish this one.
Oh, I need this one at the top real soon. It's the first tape in the show.
Okay. Don't worry. I'll do it.
Sonia, where's the tape I told you I needed first?
It's right here.
But I told you I needed it right away. We've only got a minute to airtime.
I'm sorry, but I thought you said you needed me to do this stack of tapes first before doing the other one.
Look, I don't have time to explain right now. Just get that one tape ready immediately, and we'll talk about it later, okay?
Okay.
Hello and welcome back. My name is Paul Young and I'll be your teacher today. Who is Sonia's new boss? Right, Mr. Ito is her new boss. What job does Mr. Ito ask Sonia to do? Right, he wants her to put labels on the videotapes. What information does Sonia have to write on the labels? Right, the name and number of the video. What should Sonia do with the videotapes after she writes the names and numbers on them? Right, take the videotapes next door. Does Mr. Ito bring in another stack of videotapes for Sonia to label? Yes, he does. Is there one tape Mr. Ito wants Sonia to label soon? Yes, there is. When Mr. Ito wants the tape, is it ready? No, it isn't. What is the misunderstanding between Mr. Ito and Sonia? Right, Sonia didn't understand what she was supposed to do. Remember, Mr. Ito wanted to talk to Sonia about their misunderstanding. Let's watch them talk about what happened. Do they work out their misunderstanding? What will they do in the future so this won't happen again? Pay close attention.
Sonia, I want to make sure that we don't have a misunderstanding here.
Please explain what went wrong. I'm very confused. I tried to do what you said, but you were so angry.
I was upset because you didn't do what I asked you to do.
But I was doing what you asked me to do.
Sometimes I will ask you to do more than one thing.
How do I know what to do first?
For example, today I asked you to label the tapes, but then I asked you to prepare one tape right away.
I thought you wanted me to finish labeling the other tapes first.
No, when I said that was the first tape in the show, I meant I needed it right away.
I'm sorry, but it wasn't clear to me. You said you needed it soon. I didn't know that you meant right away.
Let me think back a second.
I'll get to the new tapes after I finish this one.
Oh, I need this one at the top real soon. It's the first tape in the show. Oh, I see. I'm sorry, Sonia. I should have been more specific. I did say soon. That's why you misunderstood me.
It really was a misunderstanding. I tried to do my best, Mr. Ito. Sometimes I worry that my English is a problem.
Sonia, English isn't my first language either. But misunderstandings can happen in any language, even when both people speak perfectly.
Are you still upset with me?
No. I'll tell you what. From now on, let's both try to be as specific as we can. That way we can avoid misunderstandings as much as possible.
How will I know what to do first next time?
I'll give you very clear directions. Then when I want you to interrupt your work for something else, I'll tell you. And if you have any questions about which job has priority, just ask me, okay?
Priority?
That means which job comes first. Which job is more important? I'll tell you which job is most important from now on.
I'm going to show you that I can do this job. This is the most important thing to me.
Does Mr. Ito think that Sonia did what he asked her to? No, he doesn't. Will Mr. Ito sometimes ask Sonia to do more than one thing? Yes, he will. Did Mr. Ito say that he needed the tape right away or soon? Yes, soon. What did Mr. Ito mean when he said that he needed the tape soon? Right, he meant right away. Did Sonia understand that Mr. Ito needed the tape right away? No, she didn't. She thought he needed it soon. Does Sonia think the misunderstanding happened because English is her second language? Yes, she does. Is English Mr. Ito's first language? No, it isn't. What is Mr. Ito going to do in the future to make sure that he and Sonia don't have any more misunderstandings? Right, he's going to give clear directions. If one job has a priority over the other job, what does that mean? Right, one job is more important than the other job. Now watch as Tashomi has a misunderstanding with his boss, Mr. Reynolds. What is their misunderstanding? Are they able to resolve it? Watch and listen.
What happens next?
Well, the princess cuts open the fish and gold and silver coins poured out. She was so amazed she couldn't believe her eyes.
I'm amazed.
And then?
Guess what happens?
I'll tell you what'll happen if you don't get back to work.
I thought you wanted me to be friendly with the
I said I
customers.
wanted you to be friendly, but I also want you to do your work.
How can I make friends if I don't tell them good stories?
Look, just be friendly. Don't tell them stories.
That's all?
No, there's one more thing. I want you to take these dirty dishes into the kitchen. That's what I'm paying you for.
It's a misunderstanding. It's a misunderstanding.
To show me, what do you mean, a misunderstanding?
In my country, being friendly means you don't just smile. You really talk to people. You tell them good stories.
Okay, when we're slow, you can talk to the customers. probably is good for business. But please understand, only when we're not very busy.
I understand, Mr. Reynolds.
To show me, how does that story end?
When you first see Tashomi, what is he doing? Right, talking to some customers. Is Mr. Reynolds happy that Tashomi is talking to the customers? No, he isn't. What does Mr. Reynolds want Tashomi to do? Right, he wants him to bust the dishes. Does Tashomi think Mr. Reynolds wants him to be friendly to the customers? Yes, he does. Does being friendly mean the same thing to Mr. Reynolds and Tashomi? No, it doesn't. What does being friendly mean to Mr. Reynolds? Yes, smiling at customers. And what does being friendly mean to Tashomi? Right, making friends with people, talking to them, and telling them stories. What is the misunderstanding between Tashomi and Mr. Reynolds? Friendly has a different meaning for each of them. What do they decide to do? Right, Tashomi can talk to the customers when the restaurant isn't busy. We're going to practice talking about misunderstandings. Listen to Sonia. You will have a chance to repeat what she says. If you need more time, you can always press the pause button. Let's watch and listen.
Now, Sonia, I want to make sure we don't have a misunderstanding here.
Please explain what went wrong. I tried to do my best.
Sometimes I will ask you to do more than one thing.
How do I know what to do first?
Today, I asked you to label the tapes, but then I asked you to label the one tape and get it ready right away.
I thought you wanted me to finish the first job.
No. When I said that was the first tape in the show, I meant I needed it right away.
I'm sorry, but it wasn't clear to me.
I'm sorry, Sonia. I should have been more specific.
I try to do my best, but sometimes I worry that my English is the problem.
We've talked a lot about misunderstandings. Let's talk about how to prevent them. When you're not sure you understand directions, ask questions. Watch our friends ask questions when they don't understand directions. Listen to their questions. You will have a chance to repeat them. If you need more time, you can always press the pause button.
Could you find the tape for me? But before you do that, I need these letters mailed. After you address these envelopes, look for my keys.
I'm sorry, but those directions aren't clear to me. Could you go over them again?
Take the phone order, make the bouquets. Don't forget the order of ferns that needs to be picked up. Oh, and check with me before you use any lilacs.
I don't understand the instructions. Could you repeat them for me, please?
Bust the dishes and mop the floor, and I want you to run an errand for me.
I had trouble hearing what you said. Can you say it again?
The patient's charts have yellow stickers and the doctor's files have orange stickers. Sometimes you'll see green stickers, but ignore the pink stickers.
I'm confused by your directions. What do you mean?
Did you see the tapes?
Could you be more specific? Which ones do you mean?
That was great. Now you will have a chance to practice responding to instructions. You will see a boss. He will give you some short instructions and then ask you if you understand. If you understand the instructions, you say,
I understand. I'll get started.
If you don't understand, you will have to ask a question. If you don't understand, say,
I'm sorry, I don't understand. Could you repeat the instructions?
The boss will then repeat the instructions.
First, open the drawer. You'll see a bunch of pencils. Take out all the pencils and sharpen them. Do you understand? Put stamps on the letter after you mail it. Make sure you forgot to put the address on it. Do you understand? Don't forget to put stamps on the letter before you mail it. Make sure you don't forget to put the address on it either.
You're doing great. Let's try it a few more times.
Put the pencils in the drawer marked pencils, and put the pens in the drawer marked pens. Do you understand? The trash gets put in the file cabinet, and the files get thrown out. Do you understand? Put the files in the file cabinet and the trash in the trash can. We stop serving breakfast at 11 a.m. If it's after 11 a.m., make sure you only bring the customer breakfast. Do you understand? We stop serving breakfast at 11 a.m. If it's after 11 a.m., make sure you only bring the customer lunch. Keep watching this videotape. Your teacher will be on soon. Do you understand?
That was very good. If you need to, you can rewind the tape and repeat this exercise. This is the focused listening section of the lesson. You will need a pencil and your worksheet or a piece of paper. Many times you listen to information, but you're not sure you've heard the information correctly. In the next section of our lesson, you will have a chance to practice listening to specific information, and you will check your accuracy. Your worksheet looks like this. Look at the worksheet. You see 3 groups of 3 choices. You will watch 3 short scenes where there will be a misunderstanding. After you watch the scene, you will have to decide which of the 3 choices best describes the misunderstanding.
They need these tapes in the studio. You were supposed to take them there an hour ago. What are you doing?
I'm filing them.
Filing them? Why are you doing that? I told you to deliver them to the studio and then file the schedule.
I'm sorry. I thought you said to deliver the schedule and file the tapes. I misunderstood. I'll get on it right away.
Next time, if you're not sure, ask.
Okay, I will.
Now look at and listen to 3 descriptions of what the misunderstanding was. Circle the number of the best answer on your worksheet, or write the number on your paper. 1. Sonia mixed up Mr. Ito's instructions. 2. Mr. Ito didn't give clear instructions. Or 3. Sonia thought it was easier to do it her way. The correct answer is number 1. Let's try it again. Watch Mr. Reynolds and Tashomi. Decide what the misunderstanding is.
Tashomi, I'd like to have a word with you. Now, I really like that you're a good worker. When you do your job, you give it your all. But your breaks are too long. I warned you about taking extra breaks, didn't I?
Yes, you told me not to have a lot of breaks, and I didn't break anything.
No, not dishes. Your lunch break. You took an extra 15 minutes today, didn't you?
Yes, I needed to study for a big exam tomorrow. Didn't I tell you?
No, you didn't. We got very busy and we ran out of clean dishes. I had to leave the cash register to do your job. Please tell me every time you need to change your break schedule.
I'm sorry. The first time I thought you told me not to break dishes. I'll make sure to tell you when I need extra break time.
And to show me, don't break any dishes.
Now look at and listen to 3 sentences. What was the misunderstanding? Circle the number of the misunderstanding on your worksheet, or write the number on your piece of paper. 1. Tashomi likes to tell stories to the customers. 2. Tashomi thought that when Mr. Reynolds said breaks, he meant breaking dishes. Or 3. Tashomi thought Mr. Reynolds didn't think he was a hard worker. The correct answer is number 2. Let's try it again. Watch Ed and Ara. Decide what the misunderstanding is.
Ara. Yes, Ed? What are you doing? I'm fixing the car like you told me. I told you I needed you to do that car before all the others. Why are you working on this one? You told me that you needed the Ford done quickly, that the customer was coming for it early this afternoon. I told you that I needed Mr. Ford's car done quickly. Mr. Ford's car is the Honda over there. He's coming in this afternoon. I'm sorry, I misunderstood you. I thought you meant the Ford car, not Mr. Ford's car. That's okay. I should have made sure you understood. Well, let's get to work on Mr. Ford's car there, okay? It's a real rush job now. No problem, Ed. I'll get right on it.
Now look at and listen to 3 sentences. What was the misunderstanding? Circle the number of the misunderstanding on your worksheet, or write the number on your paper. 1. Ed told Ara the wrong information. 2. Ara was working on the wrong car because the name of the customer is the same as one of the cars in the shop. Or is it 3? Ara doesn't know the difference between a Ford car and a Honda car. The correct answer is number 2. You can stop the tape, rewind, and replay the conversations if you need to try this exercise again.
Thank you for taking the time to study with us. Let's review. Today, you learned how to resolve misunderstandings. Next time, you will learn how to tell your boss you have problems with the equipment. Until then, keep putting English to work.